What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GMIASWORLD podcast. And right now we're going to be talking about the rounding out of Week 7, Monday Night Football, the Niners versus the Vikings. This was something that I don't think anyone expected, except for Shannon, Sharpe, who believes that Brock Purdy, like, he's just a guy. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, he's not what a lot of people thought he was. He is a product of the system. So you know what it is, bro? Like, watching the way that this game ended, we started to see that he doesn't really make good decisions regularly. And you go back and look at some of the games that he won, and a lot of the other players were doing a lot more. So obviously some of his players weren't there. Debo Samuel, certain players are not available. Christian McCaffrey with the fumble. It was a lot of different things that, we got to see when, there's some type of adversity. Is he that guy? You know what I'm saying? For the Niners. And it's starting to get a little scary, because the Niners all of a sudden are 5-2, 2-2 away, and it's like, okay, what are we doing right now? Now remember, it's not always going to be like on the shoulders of Purdy, but it depends on what they mean by elite status. Because many Niners, before he actually lost his first game, I couldn't meet a Niner fan that told me that he was not elite. Like, I could not meet one of them like, yo, bro, he still hasn't lost, he's elite. Nobody's really looking at the fact that the other players are contributing so much. And this is why we took for granted, like, a lot of quarterbacks that were really good. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning's, like, these players were really, really good, and they were able to win just throwing the ball. A lot of people cannot do that. And people have to try to understand that, you want these players to become elite so fast. It's not easy to do that in this league. There are men on both sides of the ball that are still getting paid money. They're going to play like they're going to play at different levels. Now, again, Christian McCaffrey having 15 carries for 45 yards and 1 touchdown, that's not going to help it. And remember, it's 22-17. The Vikings ultimately tried to give this game away late in the game, and Brock Purdy threw an interception. A really bad interception also. QBR of 63.5, quarterback rating of 81.5, and he just was not good. Ultimately, a lot of the things that he did, the defense gave up plays that they shouldn't have given up. Obviously the defense wasn't playing like that ferocious defense that we know. It's starting to look a little bit bad, but remember, it's still early in the season, so later on, once they get their players back, once they're healthy, the Niners are going to still be formidable. But this is like a very, very bad loss on the shoulders of Brock Purdy. And that's what people have to realize. But remember, it's part of growth. It is what it is. Looking overall at what he's been able to accomplish, he still can't really hold his head low. I agree with what Shannon Sharpe is saying, though, that he's not that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a guy that it's like, okay, if you just give him the ball, we're gonna win type guy. But he doesn't usually make a lot of these mistakes that he's made, and we have to be fair with that. All right, George Kittle was the number 1 receiver with 5 receptions. He had 7 targets, 78 yards, no touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, Christian McCaffrey is everything. That's not going to be a winning formula in most cases. I think, for real, though, Minnesota played them very, very tough and very, very well defensively. And that's what people are, probably just like, oh my God, I can't believe they actually play good defense. It's really, 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 really bad stuff going on, man. But ultimately, I think that the Vikings just outplayed them. Realistically speaking, Kirk Cousins, bro, 35 of 45. He threw that ball 45 times. 378 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. But we know that Kirk is going to throw us one. You know what I'm saying, bro? Kirk is definitely going to throw us one, but he played really, really well overall when it mattered. And he threw some lasers under pressure, which was really scary. Now, hear me out. When Kirk was with the Redskins, or, right now they call themselves the Commanders, this is something that he often did, but he lost in the end, like through very, very high amounts of yardage, and then just ultimately, he lost the game. This didn't end that way, which was very, very beautiful to see, as a matter of fact, because it's like, all right, this is a little bit different. Kirk Cousins winning games that he throws for ridiculous yardage. Look at his run game stats from Alexander Madison, 39 yards on 8 carries. Cam Akers, 31 yards on 10 carries. Okay, Brandon Powell, 5 yards on 1 carry. That's not going to get you anywhere. You got to have a guy like him. And remember, his star quarterback is out. Dudes don't seem to understand what's going on. Like, this is something that people really, it's very, very tough to kind of assess what a quarterback is when their star receiver is not playing. When Justin Jefferson is on the sideline with glasses that look like he's in outer space, And Jordan Addison is just tearing it up. 7 receptions, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. If you had him on your fantasy team or any type of betting, dude, you balled out. You know what I'm saying? TJ Hawkinson, 11 receptions, 86 yards, 12 targets. Brandon Powell, 64 yards on 4 targets. Spreading the ball. KJ Osborne, 47 yards on 5 targets. He's just spreading the ball around. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Kirk has gotten a real bad rap with a lot of different things, but the one thing you can't take from him, he can sling that thing, bro. Like I said, he's going to throw you an interception, though. See, that's the thing. He's going to throw you an interception, but it depends on when the interception is thrown. That's the thing about it. Like, if he gets it out of the way early, out of his system, you're going to be in for a hell game. And that's why his QBR was 80 and a 107 rating, because he made a lot of throws that were very, very difficult to be made. And ultimately, if you get this kind of Kirk Cousins, it's going to be a major issue. Like, there's going to be a problem. Like, you're going to have an opportunity to win the game if he plays like this. So what do I think about the Vikings right now in the North? I think the North is anybody's game. Like, you know, NFC North is just like whatever. Like, the Packers, like, dude, I don't know what they're doing. The Bears, like, we don't know what's going on with them. Like, I'm not even going to really go into that as far as, like, what I think about it. Do I think anybody out of the North is going to be a threat? No. Aaron Rodgers is not there. So, like, it's not something where it's like, okay, we got to worry about the NFC North. It's going to be between the East. You know, we'll see what happens as far as the Eagles. But like I said, I got a lot of dudes saying, yeah, bro, yo, G, you said that the Dolphins are not, you know, good, but the Eagles hasn't really played anyone, you know, either. The Eagles are a much better team than the Dolphins. And we have to understand that. Like, you have to look at it for what it is. Overall, you can say whatever you want to say about, you know, Jalen Hurts and the way that that team plays. But the Eagles, and they just traded for Byard, like, they're making power moves. This team is going to be serious business later. There is no, you know, guarantee that the Dolphins are going to be able to do what they do as far as be a track team when people start playing cover 2 man and taking that away. All the gimmick plays and all the stuff that the Dolphins are doing, it's cute. But when it comes down to winning, who are the better teams? Just think about it right now. Who are the better teams? You got the Chiefs, obviously. You know, you got the Ravens. You got, you know, when the Steelers feel like playing, they're pretty good. You got the Niners. Dude, there's certain teams that just ball, all right? The teams that are not balling right now, that's what the problem is. Because the Niners right now, they're not balling, bro. You got to beat this Vikings team. There is no reason to not beat this team, other than the fact that Purdy is not able to do some of the things that we're used to seeing him do. So, now, where do we go from here, all right? Let's just talk about that really quickly. Where do we go? What are we looking for out of both of these teams? Do the Vikings make the playoffs? It's a high chance that they do. I know that people think that, you know, Kirk Cousins is this, he's that. You know, Justin Jefferson has the hamstring, you know, whatever. He's having like a contract dispute. There's a lot of different things like surrounding the area. I'm going to tell you this right now. Justin Jefferson somehow able to come back. Jordan Addison continues to play the way that he's playing. We're going to have a problem. The Vikings may start winning games. Now, making the playoffs, like I said, we have to kind of wait to see. I know the Niners are there. The Niners will rebound. Purdy's going to be, you know, consistent enough to get that team where they need to be when his players come back. Right now, with the injuries, he's not what we thought he was, but they will be able to rebound and be a little bit better very soon. So I'm not worried about the Niners. Again, the Vikings play well. If we get Kirk Cousins that we usually get, where he's able to successfully throw the football to open guys and not the other team, Justin Jefferson comes back, they start playing well, this can be a dangerous team. Winning a Super Bowl, no, but they can, you know, they can beat some teams that we think otherwise that they couldn't beat. And that's the only like upside to either of these, you know, teams right now. The Niners could easily win a Super Bowl though, you know, even with Brock Purdy. And I understand you don't have to be that guy. Like, I don't think Shannon Sharpe is like trying to demean him and, you know, whatever, but he's not on that level yet. And that's the problem. A lot of us just put players where they shouldn't be too early. And that's what the issue is here. So ultimately 22-17, the Niners lose. Week 7 is over, and I can't wait to see you guys and girls next week. You guys have a blessed day. Enjoy it. Until next time. One love, y'all.